And welcome back, Crypto Hulk Show. All right, so I thought I'd throw in a little humor. That's where that Janet Yellen came from. I saw that. I needed a good laugh. I thought you guys would think that's funny. Um, let's see who was the first person to show up today with the members only. Cockroach, not John McAfee. DOS Man, gotcha. So much cooler than your kid's dad. Bruce Griffin, Andy Arby. Welcome back to Crypto Hulk Show, because getting rich on this channel is...
That was easy.
Just like that. I'm telling you, this shit's not complicated. You got one of the best teachers on the planet, so I can teach you some things. You guys, some of you know 10 times as much as me. I'm not in a pissing contest. I'm not trying to see who can piss the farthest. I don't care. If you need help, that's what Crypto Hulk's here for. You got a membership. You can ask questions right there. Henry Brown, thanks for that donation, going above and beyond there, buddy. Crypto Hulk told us years ago when he first signed as a rookie quarterback to the 49ers. At that time, Joe Montana was lead, and Hulk said that the U.S. will lead to crypto. Now Janet Yellen is saying the same. Henry must have had a few beers already. All right. True story, though, about living in the Bay Area. At one point, young Crypto Hulk, at about 14 years old, we're talking 8th grade, summer, in fall even, spring, summer, and fall, Dad would go to work. I lived in the suburbs, and Dad would go into work into the Bay, and he dropped me off at his boss's house, and I would take care of the front yard and the backyard, because this neighborhood lived the catcher of the San Francisco Giants, Bob Brenly. So I would go to work on my dad's boss's house while my dad's at work. He'd drop me off and pick me up in 4 hours. And sometimes I get to talk to Bob Brenly, you know. Now, I wasn't a Giants fan, but it was just awesome to meet like a real hero baseball player. I'm in 8th grade. I'm like, dude, this is cool. Now, back in 1996, when I was 26 years old, so I'm meeting the guy who's a catcher for the Giants. That year is probably 1984. We bump it up to 1996. So from 1984 to 96, like 12 years later, I'm working out at Gold's Gym, not going to say where. And Mark McGwire, the home run king, used to work out at that gym on Sundays at like 3 p.m. I'm like, what? Nobody messed with the guy. He was quiet. I mean, I couldn't believe this superstar was working out at a Gold's Gym. It was in a good neighborhood. No riffraff, fucking bums and shit. And I'm working out that gym. And at the time, I'm talking to my girlfriend. I'm like, hey, now some other guys overheard me. I tell my girlfriend, hey, that looks like the guy that plays on the A's, doesn't it? He's got kind of like reddish hair or a reddish complexion, like real tall guy. He swings. I didn't know sports that well. And I'm like, I think it's like Mark McGwire. So some other guy heard me, and he knew it was Mark McGwire, and I was new to the gym. So he comes up and he's like, what did you just say? And I'm like, oh, no. I said, no, it's nothing. Never mind. He's like, no, he was kind of laughing. He's like, no, tell me. I said, well, I just told my girlfriend that dude over there kind of looks like the guy, Mark McGwire, that plays for the A's. You know, he looks really like him. And he said, go over there and ask. I'm like, why? I don't want to look like a fool. The guy don't play for the A's. He's like, I'll bet you $20 it is him. I'm like, you're gonna bet me $20. And he's like, yeah. I said, so all I gotta do is go over there and ask him. And if he says no, I still get $20. And he's like, you got it. And he pulled out a 20. Went into his bag and pulled out a 20. All right. I thought, man, this is gonna be fucking easy. I'm gonna make $20. Now remember, back then 20 was like a lot of money. So it was enough to take two people out to eat and have a nice date. Um, so I walk over and talk to him, and he's on this pec deck machine. We're doing this, and he's sitting there. Wait till he's done. I walk up and said, "Hey, um, what's your name?" And he stands up, and then I do this because he's tall, maybe an inch or two taller than me or something. Right? I'm 6'1". So when he stands up, and then the dude was kind of like built, you know, he was kind of built, and I'm like, oh damn, and you just knew it when he went to shake his hand. Like you could just, he had the presence of a superstar, and he had some acne and shit going on, but or scars or whatever. So when he shook my hand and he was looking at me and standing there, I'm looking at him. He said, "Hi, Mark McGuire, number such such, Oakland Athletics." I'm like, oh damn, this is him. You just knew it. Like you couldn't fake that shit. And I forgot what I said. I probably said something really fucking stupid. And about a year, no, about 6 months later, I got this big autographed plaque, and it said, "To Crypto Hulk, happy 26th birthday, Mark McGuire, number whatever for the Oakland A's." He wrote that shit on the autographed picture. It was in plastic. I was just shocked, and I got that for my birthday in 1996, and I still got that picture somewhere around the house. I think I put it in a closet and put it away. But yeah, interesting story. Okay, that is my experience with superheroes in the California area. Biff Rod to help when you go see Stewart in Thailand. Oh, we got a um, Thailand fund too, kind of like XRP2 fund. Now we got a Crypto Hulk Thailand fund too. Hey, I don't know because I got a couple trips I got to plan. I don't know, but I hear I'm gonna do my best to make it there. Let me see what I can do. I got to work on some stuff. You never know. I'm not saying no. If you put it out to the universe and you imagine yourself working on it and finding a solution, then it'll happen. Tar Heels, thank you very much for that. Hulk, what's going on? Cockroach, that's an interesting name. The keyboard warriors and Twitter space warriors can't compete with Hulk. No. Inferior, low IQ, knuckle dragging, heavy mouth breathing. All right. Let me do a copy and a paste. We're going to start off with a news article. It's a few days old, but it's important to learn. Hey, the Constitution's like what, 200 something years old? So if people learned more from the past, then this world would be a better place. Coinbase, there was a Coinbase glitch and it wiped out $100 billion in Bitcoin in under 60 minutes. Bitcoin value, check this out. The value of Bitcoin went from 64,000 down to $4,000. I mean, went from 64 to 59,000. It lost about $4,000. Coinbase stated that all account balance display issues have been resolved. Now, this is interesting on why does this happen or why. Um, I'm trying to look through here to see what their excuse was. The turnout had erased about $100 billion of Bitcoin. And it was a glitch, really? Coinbase has a lot to answer for the loss brought by its network glitch. Coinbase disclosed that they launched an investigation into the matter, pledging to provide updates appropriately. That's all I'm going to read with that. Let me tell you something about XRP, XLM, and XDC. Like, let's say you're a business. Hey, if you're a person and you buy one Bitcoin, at one point you could have lost $4,000. But imagine if you're rich and you got a couple million in Bitcoin, that's a lot of money to lose. I mean, was that 15% of your money? That's a lot to just bye-bye. Luckily they got it back, but it kind of, if you have a crypto like the XRPs and stuff, they're stable. Then it's not going to go boom down like $4,000, and then it's just, that's why I don't have nothing on a crypto exchange. Imagine this. If all of a sudden crypto prices started dumping and Coinbase has this glitch, what if you couldn't access your money? I mean, I'll tell you what, don't put anything on an exchange. But if you do, get like 4 different ones or something, all right? And put 25%, what do you got on 4 different ones? I'll do something like that. Coins.ph would be one place I would go. I already have an account there. I just haven't done nothing with it. And, but yeah. Michael Gilbert, Glitch Fund. Oh, love it. Thank you very much for that. Notifications on. YouTube does not notify and prevents from playing video when play is pressed. Had to restart the app. That's what I've been telling you guys. Dennis H. Thanks very much for going above and beyond. Thailand bound in a few weeks. Oh, visiting a friend for a couple months. I hope Guzzler is fired when I return. That would be good. Let's go. Number 2 article here is, let me do a copy paste. So how does it feel to watch Crypto Hulk show? And I showed you that Ripple China is from 2001 to 2013. How does that make you feel? Kind of wonder, like, damn, so Ripple's been around since 2001. Ripple can tell you, oh, we started in 2013. Oh, really? Okay. Then how do we got 2001 Ripple China? Oh, then you know what Ripple would say? Oh, I'm sorry, we can't say anything. We've signed non-disclosure agreements. Oh, got it. Okay. Okay, I keep telling y'all, get your phone at least 3 times a week. Delete the YT app, put it back. If it asks you to keep the subscription, put yes. Because sometimes if you cancel the app, it'll cancel your subscription. So, and then just load it again. It only takes like 1.5 minutes. I'm eating Ricola. These are actually pretty good. Ricola. Hold on a minute. Let's see what we got going on here, buddy. Turn my ringer off. Yeah, somebody told me here, they just texted me, just saw Ripple has 1,700 plus non-disclosure agreements with big companies. Everybody, look, man, I've already told you already. I'm the channel. Look, I take my job serious. Okay, I don't have, hey, It'd be great to have corporate sponsors and just make a fuck ton of money every month. But then I got to kind of sell out. And I have to look at my religion, my belief, and whatever it's going to be and stuff. I'm not saying any more than that. And I've got to do the right thing. So I rely on people joining my channel, becoming members. If you can go above and beyond and stuff, because I go above and beyond, and then have had pretty much a free show for 4 years. I go above and beyond every fucking day when I make a video. Some days I got these shows that are just open to everybody where I'm just giving information away. I'm just giving away how Ripple and Chai not going to say no. They've been working together for like, I showed you evidence right there, 2001, Ripple China. Has anybody showed you this fucking shit? No. Answer's no. Okay. There's no other channel that does what I do. Ripple Russia. I showed the research report. Russia says we're going to base our cross-border payment system on Ripple. And down below, in about 4 or 5 times, it mentions XRP, XRP, XRP. What the fuck you think? Some people are like, oh, it didn't say they're going to use it. Are you fucking high? Actually, they are. And if you're not high, trying to comment on some shit like that, oh, crypto doesn't know what he's talking about, dude. I'm like, these fucking people are so mentally low. The Ricola Fund. Love it. Robert Driscoll. I got to buy another bag. This one's gone. Ricola, I would definitely say buy this stuff. I absolutely love it. And I've got one left. I've had the bag for a couple weeks now. They're like good. All right, healthy. Luis Pena says, and you will continue to be blessed because of what you do. Love your neighbor as yourself. I'm not here preaching. I'm telling you what people need to do. Everybody needs to do something for somebody else. The problem, I'm an English major. And if you study like Shakespeare and all these things, like I had to, 16th, 17th century British lit, the love of money is the root to all evil. That's what it says in like Shakespeare and then the different, and the Bible says it too, but I'm talking about my English degree now. So, but what I learned in my English degree if you study the Latin, radix malorem est cupiditas. Now that means the covetous love of money is the root to all of it. So when people are saying, oh, if you love money, that's evil. No, it's not. I love money because it helps me get done what I got to do. Okay. But now there's different kinds of love. Now we get into the Greek and the Latin and shit and they have different kinds of. See, in America, we just got one kind of love, or a couple. You love your dog and you love your kids or whatever. Then we know about that other stuff. The eros love. See, in the Greek, you got like a lot of different kinds of love. So when I make my show, I'm trying to help you. It's like this world where everybody's trying to get ahead of everybody. I'm trying to bring you up with me. Hell, a lot of these whales are bringing me up with them. See what I mean? Like, that's what I'm trying to do. I have a show where I deep dive. Nobody can touch my investigative skills. Why? Because the universe shows me fucking shit that nobody else has. This isn't my line of work. I don't find crypto news. I'm not a financial advisor. Okay? I am literally sometimes shown, I don't know how I find stuff. The universe shows me, okay? So we're not talking about no religion or whatever, spooky ghosts and shit. I don't know. Sometimes I'm working away and something clicks in my head, or I'm looking and I'm like, how the hell did I find that? How did that show up on my computer? And then I click on it and then I'm like, oh my God, look what I just found out. I can't explain it. I know I'm trying my best to help all of you. Some of you, I'm helping you 100% because you don't know a damn thing. Others, you're helping me. Okay. So it's like, that's how my show is. I got people that give away memberships to others. Like that's helping other people. That's the point of this fucking channel. is you got the best fucking deep diver in the crypto world in the area that interests me. Hey, some people can find some other stuff that's brilliant and great, and I'm not putting that down. Some of their shit's like, it doesn't interest me. My show interests me. That's why I make my show, because I'm like, wow, that shit is cool. So if you join my show or whatever, then you must think some of the stuff I make is cool. But what I'm trying to do is help you, because they don't want us to work. They don't want us to get along and learn each other. They want you to hang up and leave the show and all that dumb shit. Because they know on this program, I'm a deep diver. And man, I could find some shit. That's how I found out China and Ripple together from 2001, 23 years ago. Has any other popular YouTube person that's into XRP and shit known that? No, they don't know a fucking thing, but they know how to talk about their sponsors every day. Ho ho, they sure know how to do that, don't they? Buy this, buy my sponsor that, call that, da 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 da. Look, how about if I show you a picture of my a-hole? I mean, why don't you just do porn, dude? You're already like an 80-year-old hooker selling everything. Crypto Hulk, I show you way more shit, way more stuff, all the connections. He's on channels. I don't have competition. I don't need to talk. I don't like to talk about other channels because I don't have fucking, these aren't competition to me. Zero competition. Okay. And I take pride in that. I try to do my absolute best for you. And my pride, you know, if you've been in the military in some good units, in the elite unit, kind of like I've been, pride runs deep. Okay. Arrogance is different than pride. Pride is when you know. Arrogance when you're trying to talk because you know you're not all that, and so you talk big and shit. I don't talk big. I just talk facts, man. People can't handle it. I say I got one of the best shows on the internet. I do. I know. I've watched other shows. It's fucking embarrassing. It's garbage. The shit. They don't even investigate anymore. All I do is get on like Cointelegraph or something, read the 5 most popular things, and bam, they're done in 10, 15 minutes. And then they talk about their sponsors all the time, like, but what do you investigate? What, see, I'm my own investigator. I could run my own crypto news network. I do. It's called Crypto Hulk because I find shit nobody else has. See, these other channels, they just use some other channels' news. Crypto Hulk's different. I go out and find shit nobody else has. That's why I'm the best, okay? So you're learning from the best deep diver. Let me back this up. So I got poor people on my channel, including myself. Maybe I got more than you, but I better because I went through a whole career and retired. So I was able to retire at age 43. Why? Because I'm fucking stupid. People like, oh, you're drinking $100 whiskey. Well, because your fucking butt hurt because your little boyfriend you got's not giving you enough allowance, is he? Oh, Dennis. Jason, thank you very much for the generous red pill. Jason, and it was Biff Rod. Biff Rod. Thank both of you too, and everybody else. Look, it's not a giving. Hey, some of y'all got it, some of y'all don't. One thing's for certain though, is one of these days you're all gonna have it. That's my goal. So if it's $2, whatever it's okay, somebody gave $2. I'm grateful for that. Okay. My goal is one day you'll be like, hey, Crypto Hulk, I got it now. Here's $1,000. Thank you. Whatever. You don't have to pay me back. What I want you to do is pay it forward to other people, okay, and help them out. I'm providing the absolute best service I can, and your memberships are $4.99 and $9.99. I'm going to work just as hard. Now I'm going to put out more $9.99 shows because you're paying twice as much. So for every one show that's $4.99, I'm going to try to put out 2 private $9.99 shows because you're paying double. And then I put out the free shows and stuff. I've done for 4 fucking years. And there you go. S Harib -01. Thank you very much for that donation and the regular viewership. I'm just checking comments right here. The other channel posts videos every hour. It's damn ridiculous. Arthur L. John Deaton kicking Elizabeth Warren's ass fund. Oh, that's brilliant. All right, next article. Brazil. Okay, now the reason this article is important. Hold on a minute. Okay. Crypto, why are we learning about Brazil? Oh, it's major. Brazil is fucking major. Brazil has so many connections with XRP. I'm telling you, it goes all the way back to 2014. Let me continue. Let me start with this article. Brazil is massive. Okay, it's going to be one of the first countries to pop. All right, I'm showing you Ripple Russia, Ripple China, Ripple Japan, Brazil, all these countries. These first day 2013, 14 Ripple partners. You watch. These are all going to be the countries: New Zealand, Israel, Ireland. I want to say over there, the United Kingdom. Um, Down in Africa, but specifically the ones that say Ripple this, Ripple that. Those are the ones that are going to take off first. Brazil's central bank is reportedly looking to take the country's instant payment system, it's called PIX, P-I-X, to the global stage. Are you hearing me? Brazil's going global. Their central bank wants it to. Wow. With policymakers from the group of 20 nations, that's the G20, meeting in Sao Paulo, Brazil. Ripple has a headquarter there. Just thought I'd put that out there too. Just a coincidence, though, not a big deal. And oh yeah, and Brazil and Ripple specializes in cross-border payments, by the way. Brazil is looking for faster and cheaper cross-border payments, by the way. And the Central Bank of Brazil considers PIX to be a possible solution. Oh man, I'm telling you what, baby fist is starting to kind of get jiggy with it. PIX has quickly become a household name in the country, with over 160 million users adopting the payment method since its launch in late 2020. So almost 3.5 years later, PIX is fully taken off in Brazil. Even surprised its creators, becoming a ubiquitous app in the country within months. You see how fast this stuff can happen? When PIX first started, it took off in Brazil right away. That's how fast this stuff can move. You think it might take years and shit? Oh, it can happen fast if you let it. If you let it. They got to control stuff now. It's not only popular in Brazil, in Europe and Africa as well. Africa is controlled by Ripple and XLM and the XDC. Same thing in Europe. I'm telling you what, we all know it's the three X's, all right? Italy has already expressed interest in bilateral agreement with PIX. The Bank of International Settlements, that is a Ripple partner, by the way. New people, what's the Bank of International Settlements? It's when money settles. If I were to write you a check or whatever it is, send you money, right before you get paid, the Bank of International Settlements clears that check. Every check in the world has to go through this. Remember the SWIFT system? Okay. Every bank in the world has to go through the BIS right before you get paid. The BIS, the Bank of International Settlements, sees the potential for PIX to go global. Are you hearing this? And guess what? The Bank of International Settlements is a Ripple partner. This is getting big. It's getting global right here. It says here, per the report, 5 Asian countries are already testing the platform. You know what? These 5 Asian countries, you ever heard of Ripple Indonesia? That's a Ripple partner. I've gone over this. I've shown you all the evidence. My channel has shown you. Well, here's what the dumbasses say. We Crypto Hope just shows all stuff from 10 years ago. Yeah. And we're watching every day as Crypto Hulk is so far ahead of every fucking buddy. Oh yeah. Here's how it's going to go. Who are those 5 countries in Asia? Well, we know it's Ripple Thailand. A lot of people might not know that. Hong Kong, Ripple Hong Kong. I've shown you those connections. Nobody's shown actually, let's keep it real. Nobody's shown Ripple China except me. Ripple Hong Kong except me. Ripple Indonesia except me. There is Ripple Philippines except me. We can go on and on. And why is that important? Because that validates you're learning from the best channel. If you're going to learn, you might as well get the best channel, right? The best channel is like $5 or $10 a month. If you're really poor about it, you can watch it for free. You know, now I'm doing a lot more paid shows. I've been telling y'all for 4 fucking years. As we get closer and closer to this ain't gonna just be no open free show. Oh no, information is worth millions. I got people already that are millionaires. I've got one conference right now I'm considered booking, and it's only for people of considerable means. I'm considering flying to a particular location to speak with millionaires because they want this information bad. And then you got the people out there, well, I don't want to pay $4.99. Fuck it. Oh my God. I can watch for free. Okay. So I'm going to be meeting with some millionaires. I'm really considering doing this, at least 1 or 2 conferences this year with strictly millionaires only. Because number one, it's just easier if I can deal with 15 people instead of 1,000, you know? And plus, these people want information that if you're poor, you can't do anything with anyway. Like you can't buy, you're not an institutional investor, so you can't invest in some of the stuff that I'd recommend. You're not, you know, if you can't pay the $9.99 membership fee and you're not dropping hundreds and shit, you're probably not an accredited investor. So then you can't invest in some of the stuff I'm going to recommend these rich cats invest in anyway. So you got the channel here to learn everything that you need. If you're an accredited investor or an institutional investor, you probably want to go to one of my small little seminars because you're going to meet all kinds of business people there that are doing some things, okay? I'm not going to advertise where these meetings are and stuff because these rich people, they don't want everybody knowing their fucking business. So, and whatever happens in that meeting, I'm not explaining anything that I teach because that's all. They're going to pay me money to learn stuff from me. I don't give that shit away for free. They want to learn in about 2 hours and take notes, everything they need to have. Each person's going to have a different kind of a wealth plan or a direction or a path. So I have to kind of sometimes break down into smaller groups and meet, maybe have some one-to-ones at the meeting. I don't know, what does it take, 4 hours or something? We'll figure something out. But with BRICS, or this Brazil here, you got the Asian countries, Africa, Europe. They're talking about Argentina, Uruguay. This is all cross-border. We know all this stuff is Ripple, all right? And when we're dealing with cross-border payments, it's Ripple. 30% of the country's population in Brazil lacked bank accounts. Before Pix's launch, only right now, 16% of the population is now without a bank account. So more and more people are getting linked in. 82% of the Brazilians like the pics. It works for them. Let me check the comments, and we'll go to the next one. I want you to see what's going on. Ripple's hooking up Brazil, and it goes all. You got to get all the poor people on. This is what's going on. You've got to link everybody in, or this shit doesn't work. Okay. So we've got to make sure all the poor people either have a phone or have some kind of a debit card thing they can swipe, and then a pin pad pop, whatever it is. But you've got to get everybody linked in. So we're not being rich. We're not going to be rich tomorrow. Okay. Henry Brown, thank you for that donation. Question from my friend. If banks have to comply by second quarter 2025, is it possible 2026 will see a 3-digit XRP? They rather hear from you. Look, time frames are not relevant. They put a time frame out there. They always push the goalpost back or forward, see? Depending on what they want. Maybe it's a year before, maybe it's 2027. Maybe it's 24 or 25. See, these are things. I know they publish things, but they don't follow them. So you're in a situation where you can't predict things. You're like, well, I'm just going to wait till 2027 before I invest or whatever. Like, you have no idea. A war popping off can speed this shit up so fucking fast. A global hack, when they maybe somebody gets a hold of a power grid and just shuts down America for like 24 hours. I mean, you see what I'm saying? It could cause a ripple effect throughout the whole world's economies, cause all the markets to crash. And then next week we're running XRP and bam, it's fixed. See, so I can't give you time frame shit like that. You got to have global. Look, there's two things we definitely need. Global crypto regulations. That's number one. Do we have that? No. So ain't shit gonna happen. When are we gonna have that crypto hulk? When they decide they want it. This whole thing is being timed. Okay. With the Ripple trial, the fake trial that Ripple had with the SEC, that was just meant to slow down everything. That's all that was. So first thing is global crypto regs. The next one, we got to have tokenization of real world assets. The more things are tokenized, that's going to bring value. So you can back crypto with gold, silver, platinum, and all these things. And then you start throwing in land mass. The United States, if it wanted to, can put all the land. When you tokenize everything in the world, that's $5 quadrillion. That would give you like a $10,000 to $50,000 XRP price, depending on whenever they tokenize everything. And that would have to be before 2030. So now we're starting to get outside of the scope, and I'm going to shut down that price talk. Bill Quackenbush, thank you very much for your regular attendance. And thank you for that donation. Next article. Oh, wait. So we're talking about Brazil. So here we go. Here's some proof here. I'm not going to show you all the articles of proof. Here's your first proof that Ripple and Brazil are together. Check this one out. Now, this one, if you type in Meet Rafael, who just launched a Ripple gateway in Brazil. If you type that in, that is still on Ripple's web page, like Ripple Insights or whatever it is. Now, this guy's picture, the Rafael guy, his picture ain't there. They took it off because he didn't want his picture shown. I'm showing you one with the picture. When is this? 2014. Ripple opened up a gateway in Brazil. This guy named Rafael was the one that did it. Okay. There's a whole lot of mystery about this guy. I know there's a little story they put in there, meet Raphael. He was this and he doesn't. I don't believe none of that shit. Okay. But here you go. There's this Raphael guy's picture. So now we know for a fact. And there's Alec Liu. I think he still works for Ripple. Maybe not. But he did an insight. He was the author of it. He interviewed Raphael. Next. Oh, with that video. Wait, let me do a copy and a paste. Just to make sure I got the right one. Okay. If you watch that video that I sent you, if you go to the 57-second mark, 57 seconds, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Watch the whole video when the show's over. It's about Brazil and how deep Ripple is in Brazil. Okay. It should be very clear when you watch that video. Now, in that article about PIX, look at this. You got the Bank of International Settlements saying that PIX is great and this and that. You know why? Because the Bank of International Settlements, a Ripple partner. I'm showing you the evidence right there. This is on Finbold News. Ripple is working with the Bank of International Settlements on a payments task force. Cross-border payments task force, exactly. You're like, damn, Crypto Hulk. Yep. Just thought I'd put that one out there for you. Let me show you the next article. Bank of International. Well, isn't this a coincidence, Crypto Hulk? Bank of International Settlements has just issued to the world, recommendations for global crypto regulation. That's definitely going to get you a baby fist. Your girlfriend's going to come in, think you were watching midget porn or something. Here we go. Here's the title. This article broke 2 days ago. The BIS, Bank of International Settlement, and Ripple partner. Oh, not Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Next is, my name's Crypto Hulk. Don't listen to anything on this show. Everything on the show is a complete lie. I'm lying, and I'm an incessant liar. You can't trust anything I say. My goal is to get you financially destroyed. Okay, and I got lots of scammy sponsors, corporate sponsors, that's going to try to sell you shit to get you ripped off. Okay, all right. The BIS issues regulatory recommendations for global stablecoin agreements. What did I just say? How do we get rich? Global crypto regulations. Crypto Hulk. The BIS is a global body, isn't it? Yeah, it is. And they just issued the framework for crypto globally. Yeah. Well, you just got done saying that that's one of the ways we get fucking rich is global crypto regulation. So the BIS just announced it. Yeah, pretty much. Like, whoo-wee. Yeah, it's a big fucking deal. That's why I'm reading this article. The Bank for International Settlements has issued recommendations for the regulation, supervision, and oversight. Man, I'm telling you, I've been waiting 4 years for this fucking shit. For global stablecoin arrangements. In a summary of recommendations, here's why they give recommendations, all right? They can't make global regulations for everybody. So what they do is they give you a target and you got to shoot your arrow as close as you can to that bullseye. They're going to give you a little slack to the left, right, up and down because different countries are different. I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to get in trouble. So they can't just say, oh, Peru, you are going to do this. No, they're going to say Peru, Lima, Peru. Lima is the capital of this little tiny dinky ass country. Okay. And they're willing to work with the Peruvians to get crypto into their system, but they've got to make sure it doesn't interfere. They've got to do this in a way that is seamless and smooth and is going to work. So they're giving recommendations, but they're not just telling you, oh, you're going to be forced to do this and that. No, they know different countries are different. So some countries are going to have a CBDC for wholesale and retail. Some countries are not going to have a retail city. So it's just that's what they're doing. They're giving like a framework. And look, they just put these out 2 days ago. Okay. You're not being rich tomorrow, not 3 months, not 6 months. Okay. Now they can sure speed that up to where, yes, you could, but they're not going to. So they put out the right, if like, look, if they just put out the regulations and recommendations, like I said, it's going to take a while for those all to become law all around the world. So you're looking at about a year or so from now. And that would put us into when I actually said, I've been predicting now for 6 months, spring to late spring 2025 is when I personally feel this shit's going to take off. Now, I don't know, but let's get it. I don't want to do this prediction shit. But look, I mean, just think about it. If the BIS all of a sudden right now comes out with regulations that are quote recommendation regulatory paperwork, okay, then it, I mean, think about it now. It could take a year to about a year and a half to get pretty much most all the countries in the world to get the shit done. So I don't know. Let's just keep going with the article. In a summary of recommendations issued on Thursday of last week, today in America it's Saturday, Sunday, the BIS described global stablecoin as widely adopted stablecoins with potential reach across multiple jurisdictions. A stablecoin, the government says, could become systemically important in important in and across one or many jurisdictions. Okay, that's what we got going on. They're saying a stable coin could become systemically important. I want you to hear what they're saying. I remember a year ago, oh, these cryptos are bad. Cryptos are bad. Now all of a sudden they're saying it could be okay. I'm gonna tell you what they should have said. Stable coins will be systemically important. Is that good enough? Because that's what they fucking meant to say. Okay. They're not trying to come out and be bold and say that. They're trying to like tiptoe around that shit and not wake up the baby. Okay. I'll wake the baby up. Okay. That's kind of all I'm going to get into that article. That's pretty massive news right there. So the Bank for International Settlements just dropped the bomb and said, everybody, all the banks in the world, here's the recommendations. Here's what you're going to do. Now, in America, we have something called the OCC, Office of the Comptroller of the Currency. That means they're in charge of all the banks in the United States, what they can and cannot do. So they're like the coordinator. Now they have to listen when Basel comes up with recommendations for banks, then the OCC of the United States is going to listen to Basel and get information. And Basel will work with the Bank of International Settlements as well. They work together. Okay, so that's how this works. Jason comes back with another one. Thank you very much for that. That's quite a bit there. Whiskey Piss says, love me some terrible financial. This is a show for terrible financial advice. Exactly. And the group of millionaires that I'm going to be having a small conference with, I'm going to be financially destroying them too, of course. That's why they're going to be paying me money to teach them shit. Okay. Articulo. Hungary. Let me do a copy and a paste. Next article. If you're hungry, you don't want to watch this next one. Hungary issues draft law allowing banks to offer crypto services. This is massive right here because Basel, we just got done talking about Basel. They're the global boss of banks, along with the Bank for International Settlements. But what Basel does more specifically is set guidelines for banks so that they don't get wrecked. Okay. They make laws where, hey, they tell the bank, hey, don't invest more than this, and you better have this much to back it up with. And that's what Basel does. So not that Basel's in control of the Bank for International Settlements. It's they work on different things. It's to help banks. They specialize in different areas, kind of like that. All right. Now, what's interesting, this is interesting. Hungary issues draft law. The bill aims to establish a comprehensive regulatory framework for crypto. Damn, Crypto Hulk, you just got done reading where the Bank of International Settlements, just announced that they have a framework for global crypto. Hungary's all ready to go. Hungary's hungry. Let's read. Hungary, the country, is advancing a legislative proposal that would enable banks, investment funds, and asset managers to offer services in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. Wow, this is big. When you're getting a country like this, I mean, I'm not trying to put down El Salvador, but Hungary's been around as a structured government for way more than El Salvador. But anyhow, I don't want to bash President Bukele. Draft legislation. Actually, let me do this. The initiative in Hungary marks a significant development in Hungary's financial sector, aligning with a broader European movement towards the adoption of digital assets. You guys, this is something big. Should the Hungarian bill be enacted, it would represent a notable step forward in allowing traditional financial institutions to incorporate crypto services. Oh my God. The laws are scheduled to come into force June 30th, everybody. So that's August 1st. So we're talking March, April, May, less than 4 months. Hungary is probably going to greenlight crypto, means their banks can start selling it like a Walmart, okay? While America is like, oh, Gary Gensler says we can't do this. You know, I was on this Twitter Spaces, and this fucking retard ass Dark Pony, and he's like, well, why did Gary Gensler sue Ripple then if it's not a security? Ha 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 ha. I'm like, wow, dude, you really let everybody know you're a fucking wimpy cock, right? It's like Dark Pony's belief is that if Gary Gensler sues Ripple, then therefore that means Ripple is a security. That's how this fucking dumb cock thinks. And it's like, wow, you really make yourself look stupid. Because Hungary is going to legally allow the cryptos to be sold because they're not secure. See, the rest of the world, except Dark Pony, the rest of the world knows these cryptos are money. Some are securities. I'll say that. Some are commodities. Oh yeah, some are money. And there's going to be also other categories that dumb people like him don't know. See, governments are going to create new categories and definitions we don't even have right now. See, this is what Crypto Hulk knows. That's why people pay memberships on my channel, because I'm telling you, this is going to happen. With the current laws, with the current definitions we have, it's not going to work. So, dumb who watches the show, listen. They're going to create new definitions. Yeah, because long time ago, back in the 1930s, the Howey test, okay, there was no crypto around. Sad to say, I know. So I'm going to help the low IQ fella. We're going to create terms for what it is, and then Ripple's going to have a brand new definition. It's going to be called Global Bridge Currency. So I don't care what Gary Gensler, what Gary Gensler does has nothing to do with my channel at all. Gary's on his own little planet. You might have heard of it. You're there too. It was on the planet Uranus. Okay, that's where this guy lives. Let me continue. So, the draft legislation proposed by the Hungarian Ministry of Economy aims to create a regulatory framework for digital assets. This is how it's going down, okay? They're not all securities, okay? Doesn't matter what Gary Gensler is a hack, okay? All his job is to do is stall this whole fake lawsuit, okay? Stall everything down. The move that Hungary is doing comply with the EU regulatory standards, including the Markets in Crypto Assets Regulation. The European Union is pushing for regulation. Hungary's legislation reflects a collective European interest. Look, I'll say this. This is just my opinion. Only my opinion here. Nobody wants to go first, correct? But nobody wants to be the last. So what we got here is Hungary is kind of taking it for the team, all right? You're not going to experiment with like Germany. You're going to start off with a smaller country like Hungary because if Germany and the United Kingdom go down, that's not a good thing, okay? They're like the biggest economies in Europe. So what you do is you tell the little guy, hey, Hungary, get over in that fucking line and register to get this crypto shit and let's get it going. Because if we crash your country, it's not going to bring down the whole European Union. You're smaller. Your domestic gross product is not that fucking massive, okay? So you're going to go first. You got to take it for the team, all right? So that's my opinion on why this is happening with this. They're going to get Hungary going, and hopefully everything works and everything's going great. And then after, I don't know, 6 months, people are looking around to the left and the right, and well, doesn't look like Hungary's economy is falling apart. Okay, everybody else, dive on in. That's how I think this thing goes down. I'm just saying. And we're at the 58-second mark. And let's see. Oh, Budapest. Ah, dark pony. Brown pony. He is really not D pony. He is the clown picking up the droppings. Oh my gosh. He's the clown picking up the droppings from behind. Oh my gosh. Love South Korea. Good food, good shopping, and strong military there. Okay, Calais is my Cala is my love. Korea. Stuart lives in paradise, says Bifrod. Korea owns 10% of retail held in XR Pizzle. Okay, I got to do another article. I got to do it. This article is about Congressman beating up Gary Gensler. Gary's going to get kicked in the nuts in this article right here. I got to read it. The show's going to have to extend over an hour. Finance Committee. So in the United States, and the reason I speak like this, we got people all over the world. So in the United States, you have what's called the House of Representatives, and then you have the Senate. So if something passes in the lower house, I mean, a lower, or if something passes in the lower, then it goes to the higher, like the Senate. It's a higher authority kind of a deal, but it always has to really start in the House. So the House has something called a Finance Committee, and they voted to move forward with ending the bill that Gary Gensler put. And Gary Gensler, little cocksucker that he is, and a cock's a chicken, so I'm not talking about sexual things, but not in Gary's case. But what Gary Gensler did was create a fake law. They call it a bulletin, guideline, whatever the fuck you want to call it. I don't fucking care. It doesn't matter. He's a cocksucker chicken. Um, it's a law that says, oh, banks can't custody crypto, and if they do, they gotta, do all this shit, and then they have to, as much crypto as they have to make it as a liability on their books. Okay, Gary just did some dumb shit, and then forced banks to obey him. Gary doesn't deal with banks. Gary, stay in your lane, bro. So Gary works with securities, of which cryptos are not. Some are. But see, Gary won't tell people. See, this is total insanity. Stop the Insanity with Susan Powter from the 1990s. If you're from the 1990s, it's the fat that makes you fat. That's what she said. She was a total liar. Anyhow, back to Gary Gensler. Gary Gensler is low IQ. You can look at him. He had some birth defects. If you look at this man, something's not right with him. His head's like big, like ET. He's got this little neck and a scrawny little body. And sometimes he's like, phone home, Elliot. Okay. So Gary Gensler creates a bulletin, which is bullshit. And he forces banks to not adapt to crypto. Congress, the House, specifically the House, is saying, Gary, you got to go, ho. The House Committee, the House Financial Services Committee voted Thursday during a markup to advance a resolution to rescind a staff bulletin. Rescind, or let's say eliminate, a rule that Gary illegally did. Okay, Gary illegally made a rule, and the House looked at that rule and says, "Oh no, this is illegal." Gary right now is getting his nuts chopped off. Well, okay, he never had any to begin with. Well, anyhow, whatever. You get the point. He's being castrated. He's going to be a eunuch. It says it could prevent banks from providing custodial services. Gary stopped banks from providing custody or having anything to do really with crypto. And the House said, no, hell no, we won't go. So Gary just got kicked in the nuts right there, or peanuts, or whatever he's got down there. It's not my business to check out Gary Gensler's junk. I'd probably have to barf if I did. Good thing I'm not a doctor doing a prostate exam on that dude. Okay. Trip the Hulk, you're kind of getting a little crazy there. Last article. This one I promise will be good. The article I just read with Gary Gensler, that's like a Gary just got his shit pushed in. That's brilliant. Next, this article is about Qatar and how Ripple. Well, I'm gonna let you read the article. Let me do a copy paste here. This will be our last article. Then after this, I got to make up a morning show, and I'll have that posted. Right now it's 7:35. I have been doing homework today, and I've got articles lined up. I might be able to have a show ready by 9:00 p.m. Pacific time, and then I'll post that. I mean, I'll get the show started, but I won't hit the live button until about 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. So in about an hour and a half from now, I should have the show up and running, but I'm not hitting the go live button until 6:30 a.m., which is about 8 hours or so, 8, 9 hours from now, 10 hours or so. Okay. Not waiting in vain says, thanks, Hulk, for all the lies. You are the greatest liar. Absolutely. Nothing but gibberish comes out of my mouth. Gary's twin got all the oxygen. He actually does have a twin. That's actually true what this person said. All right, Qatar. Here's the article. Oh, and Qatar is a Ripple partner. I'll show you at the end. Qatar, it looks like kind of like a cool place to visit. Um, Qatar, I might end up looking into that place one day. You never know. It's anyhow. Let me get on with the article because I gotta. Alrighty then. This article is about 10 days old. Qatar's. It's a tiny little article, kind of like Gary's little Smoky Joe, just about that big. I wouldn't know. Yeah, I'll leave that alone. Crypto Hulk, who's running your intel? Is that a trick question? Hey, I had to read the Gary Kinzer. I needed a good laugh, man. That article did it. All right. Gary got his nuts kicked in by Congress. Fucking love it. That means we're gonna get rich. Um, Qatar Central Bank has called on local banks to adjust their status as part of its preparation to launch, listen to this, launch instant payments this month. I'm almost ready to cry because that's the XRP. Qatar, let me rephrase this shit so new people get it. Qatar is a Ripple partner. The Central Bank of Qatar is a Ripple partner. Should I say that a third time? The Central Bank of Qatar is a Ripple partner. And what did they say? They're going to launch instant payment service this month. Well, what does instant payment mean, Crypto Hulk? That's XRP, dummy. Oh, well, shit. Yeah. The service is within the Qatar Central Bank's pioneering and innovative initiatives in the fields of payment and digital. Listen to this, payment and digital transformation in Qatar. Digital transformation. Are you hearing me? This is definitely a full baby fist article for XRP maxis like me. It is in alignment with the third Qatar financial sector strategy and a complement to the Qatar Central Bank efforts aimed at what? Upgrading the payment infrastructure system. Whoa. Let me show you this next page. This is the evidence right here. Now, don't let your baby fist throw up on this article here. This article's from 2 years ago. It's from Ripple X. Well, Ripple News is the name of this website, Ripple News. RippleCoinNews.com, to be more specific. Here's the title. 2 years ago. Actually, almost, three and a half years ago. Ripple and Qatar National Bank partnership aims to launch a remittance platform on RippleNet. Oh, damn. It says, agreement signed by both sides. This is the second paragraph. Qatar Central Bank. Oh, shit, Crypto Hulk. You just read an article where this month they're launching cross-border payments. They're going to transform Qatar. Qatar's central bank is Africa and Middle East's largest banking organization. It has recently started working with Ripple, not Ethereum, not Bitcoin. Got it? A San Francisco-based fintech company on a global strategy to improve global cross-border payments and what? Launch a new remittance platform based on Ripple technology. The baby fist just threw up, okay? There you got it. Right there. After hearing that, Ripple just gets a green light. It's on. When you have a central bank giving Ripple a green light this month, Qatar is running XRP. Pretty amazing stuff. Glad to hear that. And if there's no more questions, I think I'll be wrapping up this particular episode here. Up, you beat me to it. Gotcha says, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. And that's true. I got to turn the show off. I can't be chatting for the next amount of time. I'm going to be putting together a great program. Do I want it to be open tomorrow? I want to make it $4.99 membership and above tomorrow. So today we got the high rollers in the $9.99 club. Tomorrow morning I'm going to have it $4.99 and up members. And then tomorrow night, if I choose, that'll be Monday night. If I make a Monday night one, that'll be an open show for everybody. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to have to lock it up to members only. Hey, time's running close. And a lot of this stuff I can't have. Look, I'm showing you stuff that we really can't let the whole world know right now. When I do a private show, YouTube knows 151 people are here. I'm not letting the whole world know. So that's why they ease up. They don't jitter my channel as much anymore and these kinds of things. Because I'm running on a private show. 151 people are going to watch this shit. Well, actually, with the reruns and shit, the members, I might get 300, 400, 500 people watching the show. But that's not enough to make a change in the world. So I can't be doing a lot of these open shows anymore because we're getting close. So, and I'm showing you all the evidence right here. My name is Crypto Hulk. The end of this show is over. I'll see y'all tomorrow.